Boss, if you are looking for the top 8 single member LLC business lines of credit that pull Experian for fat amount real fast, here's a review I really want you to pay attention to. Number 8, we have MNT Bank. Our score 8.3 over 10. And when you think about MNT Bank and you're thinking like you have a single member LLC, you have the perfect bank. Now, recently people have been saying stuff in the news like the bank is going to file for bankruptcy, whatever. The bank is solid. They're still around, not a problem, okay? And so they are a great bank for your single member LLC if you happen to be in their geography, because MNT is geo-restricted. They're not available nationally. So you got to be in the states where they're present, okay? And you are able to find a business line of credit to actually boost your single member LLC. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. Really appreciate having you here. We're having a quick convo about single member LLC. If you are a solopreneur and you are a one-person business and you are looking for a business line of credit that pulls personal experience, you really want to pay attention. Okay. Now, when it comes to M&T, you have a constellation of benefits. They are very flexible. They will approve you all the way to $1 million unsecured $1 million. Okay, not a problem. They have they have their business access line of credit, and they have the flex line of credit. The only difference is in the amount. So the business access line of credit, you get actually approved up to $1 million, but for the flex line, you actually get up to $100,000. Now, the terms and conditions are different based on the state, but overall, if you want more information, it's just a lot better to contact M&T Bank today. I want you to call 1-800-724-6070, okay? Or you can make an appointment. You can actually talk to a banker, and you can have all the information you need. What we love about this product from M&T Bank is that they don't have too many restrictions, and they don't ask too many questions. You know, like sometimes banks, they want to know everything about your business, literally. Okay. M&T is kind of cool. As long as you provide them with your financials, your single member LLC's financials, you give them your tax returns. They want to see your last, 3 years tax returns. They're kind of cool. Okay. And they will fund you. They will actually make available to you your single member LLC business line of credit. Not a problem. Number 7 here, we have TD Bank. Our score, 8.5 over 10. One thing we love about TD Bank is that they are very flexible too, but on top of that, they are responsive. Like if you contact them, they will get back to you real quick, okay? Even sometimes over the weekend. But the M&T, like TD has the same quote-unquote problem that M&T has in terms of their geographical coverage. Like TD Bank is available on the Northeast, so if you happen to be on the West Coast, or you basically it wouldn't work for you. You got to be in the Northeast. But if you are in their geography, this is kind of cool. So you can get a single member LLC business line of credit that pulls Experian with no problem. Okay. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's conversation. I'm just sharing with you the top 8 single member LLC business lines of credit that pull personal experience for fast amount real fast. Okay. So when you think about TD Bank, you have access to they basically have 2 layers. If you want a business line of credit for your single member LLC that's under $250,000, you can apply online, not a problem. But if you want something above $250,000, you need to apply in person at a TD Bank, okay? But the cool thing is they have on their website, they actually have their loan application, their line of credit application, so you can fill it out, and you can either email it to them or you can bring it to a branch and you can talk about this with the loan rep, okay? But the cool thing is when it comes to their line of credit, you have 1 to 5 years. They have several versions, so you can have a repayment window. They have balloon payments. They have repayment, and they have ongoing. So you have pay as you go. So you do have a variety of combination with TD Bank. One thing we love about TD Bank also is the fact that they are they are a lender, a very solid lender for single member LLCs. So if you want to convert, let's say you want to convert your line of credit, like you are approved for a business line of credit, and let's say 1 month from now or 1 year from now, you're like, you know what? I want to convert my line of credit into a single member LLC business loan. TD Bank is really flexible. They'll do that for you, not a problem. So that's what we love a lot in terms of flexibility. Number 6, we have PNC. Our score, 8.7 over 10. And PNC is kind of cool when it comes to a single member LLC business line of credit that pulls Experian. PNC is kind of cool because they have two types of business lines of credit for your single member LLC. They have their small business line of credit, and they have a secured small business line of credit. Now, if you are, the first one is just unsecured. So if you are looking for, if you are a single member LLC, if your single member LLC has, let's say, does not need an unsecured, does not need a secured line of credit, go for this one, okay? So here you have a line of credit amounts between $20,000 and $100,000. And you have, like, in terms of the whole thing is you can get approved within the same day, because the decisioning process can take like 12 hours. And you can get approved the same day, and before you know it, the money is in your single member LLC business bank account. It really helps, though. It really helps if you have a relationship with PNC. That way, they don't have to wire the money to another account, so they can get your cash real fast. So this is why we advise the folks to actually have an account with PNC. Now, PNC, like TD Bank and MNT Bank, is a regional player, so they're not a national player. So you have to be in their geography to actually qualify for their business line of credit. Okay, but besides the small business line of credit, you have the secured small business line of credit. So this is great for single member LLCs who have like non-real estate assets to collateralize a line of credit. Okay, so here the amounts are more generous because they're collateralized. So PNC knows that their risks are covered here. So they actually will approve you from $100,000 all the way to $3 million. Okay, you have increased credit flexibility, so you're able to get the larger payments, larger amounts rather. You have automatic interest-only payments that are deducted from your business checking accounts. So if you need more information, it's just a lot better to contact PNC directly for their single member LLCs. They have a department that handles LLCs in general, particularly single member LLCs. So call them at 1-800-762-5684, 1-800-762-5684, and they're available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. Eastern. Number 5, we have Bank of America. Our score, 9 over 10. So when you think about Bank of America, I want you to think about a national institution, right? A financial behemoth. They are available in all 50 states. So you don't have the problem, you don't have the geo restriction problem that you had with the first three, MNT, TD Bank, and PNC. So Bank of America is available anywhere. What we love about Bank of America is the amount, the generosity, okay? So basically, they will actually they will give you up to, it really depends. So you have the unsecured line of credit and you have a secure line of credit. For the unsecured line of credit, they want your single member LLC to have minimum of $100,000 in prior year annual gross sales, and you got to be in business for 2 years. Okay. And then they have also that's for the unsecured. For the secure line of credit, there are no sort of requirements. They just want you to have a minimum of $50,000 in annualized revenue. Okay, and like no strict requirements. They still do have requirements, but they're not as strict. In terms of the operational history, 6 months, and they actually want you to have a $1,000 refundable security deposit. Okay, and so one thing I want to say here is that for the unsecured, Bank of America can approve you all the way to $100,000, in some cases $250,000. It depends on the solidity of the relationship you have with them. But the process is very simple though. You just need to apply online, and if you go with the unsecured, you apply online and there's no problem. By the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. What are we talking about? We are talking about the top 8 single member LLC business lines of credit that pull personal Experian for fast and fat amounts. Okay, And it's really important to understand that Bank of America is really flexible, and they'll actually work with you. They do charge a fee for processing whatever. It's usually 150, so it's nothing really. It's not a deal breaker, but it is what it is. And in terms of in terms of the support, Bank of America is really great. Their customer service is great. It could be better, but it's better today than it was 3 or 5 years ago. So it's really really good. Number 4, we have Wells Fargo. Our score 9.2 over 10. So when you think about a single member LLC and you want, let's say, a business line of credit, Wells Fargo is kind of similar to Bank of America, right? Because they basically have national coverage. The good thing about what we love about Wells Fargo is that they actually assign a banker to you. So it doesn't matter whether you are pulling in $1 million revenue or $100,000 or having a loss for that matter. As long as you have a long-standing relationship with Wells Fargo, they'll work with you. Okay, so they have actually they have 2 types of business lines of credit for your single member LLC. So they have a Wells Fargo business line of credit for customers in business 2 or more years. So if you're a new customer, if you're a new customer offer on this, if you are a new customer, you want an offer on this particular product, there is no annual fee for the first year. But if you qualify for this Wells Fargo unsecured business line of credit, you receive between $10,000 and $150,000. Okay, you receive this as a revolving credit line, and rates are as low as prime plus 1.75%. You have an automatic enrollment in the free rewards program. And then so that's for the Wells Fargo unsecured business line of credit. Then you also have the Wells Fargo Small Business Advantage line of credit for customers in business less than 2 years. So if you are a single member LLC right now and you are listening to me, you've been in business for less than 2 years, you basically you'll be getting from $5,000 all the way to $50,000. That's your revolving line of credit. Okay. And so you have automatic enrollment in the free rewards program also. This is really good. And one thing I also want to say here is that it's really important to understand that if you want to apply for an unsecured business line of credit for your single member LLC at Wells Fargo, make sure you have at least 6 to 680 in terms of FICO. Make sure that you actually so Wells Fargo says that a business line of credit account requires personal guarantees from any owner with 25% or more ownership in the applicant business, with a minimum combined aggregate of a 51% ownership. Okay. And so you do have some element of PG there, but you can actually work around those PG requirements if you know how to do it. But overall, great institution. We love it a lot. Wells Fargo, 9.2 over 10. Number 3, we have Citi. Our score, 9.5 over 10. So we are still having a conversation about single member LLC business lines of credit that pull Experian, okay? And for fat amount also. So when you think about Citi, you think about a lender that's nationally known. Everybody knows Citi, and they have a constellation of business loans that allows your single member LLC to move from point A to point Z, with Z being on top. Okay, it's really important that you can use the cash for you can basically be more adaptable. You can actually finance seasonal or recurring needs. This is really good. We love that a lot. You are able to purchase inventory and pay operating expenses. You are able to increase working capital, especially if you are in an industry that constantly sucks your energy, constantly sucks your money. You might want to think about choosing something else, or at least mitigating what you're currently having. Okay. Now, when it comes to Citi, and they're a single member LLC business line of credit that pulls Experian, they do have 2 accounts, 2 types of business line of credit. So they have the business credit account. So this is great if your business needs convenience access to cash for short-term needs. Here, the line amount goes from $10,000 all the way to $250,000. Okay, and those are revolving terms. Okay, not a problem. So that's the first part. The second part here is the relationship ready credit. Okay, so this is a line amount that goes from $250,000 to $5 million. Check this out, $5 million. Okay, Here you really have to be established and operating within the United States. You got to maintain a business checking account with Citi. So for all things, for all business lines of credit with Citi, you need to have a relationship with the bank. They want you to maintain that, okay? And you also will need to post PG. You need to have a PG, a personal guarantee. But if you need more questions, if you need more information, if you have more questions, just contact them. Contact Citi at 1-877-528-0990. So number again is 1-877-528-0990. Number 2, I want to talk to you about Chase. Our score, 9.6 over 10. So when you think about your single member LLC business line of credit that pulls Experian, Chase is a great player, a big national player. They're a colossus nationally. Okay, so here you have a revolving credit for purchasing flexibility, so you can enjoy access to cash for short-term cash flow gaps. Okay, you have unexpected cost. You can actually use the cash to grow your single member LLC business. What we love here is that, when it comes to Chase, this business line of credit is indeed for single member LLCs, but it's also flexible. It doesn't matter the size of the business. Chase will adapt itself. We really love that. And so they have the Chase business line of credit, and they also have the Chase commercial line of credit. Now, my question to you is, it really depends on how much you're making. So for the Chase business line of credit, you have amounts starting from $10,000 and going all the way to $500,000. And so here you have a 5-year revolving term with potential to renew thereafter. And you have a 5-year repayment term also. And then you have the commercial line of credit, where you have, this is actually the right choice if you're a single member LLC, has larger working capital needs, right? I mean, you can be a single member LLC, but you can actually be pulling a lot of cash anyway. So it's one of those things you have to really think about. Now, obviously, you got to be in a relationship with Chase. I mean, you got to maintain banking accounts with the institution. And with Chase, what we have found that really works for the last, and we've been researching Chase for forever, like 20 to 30 to 40 years. And basically, we have found that with Chase, everything happens at the personal level. So if you are interested in getting a single member LLC business line of credit for your business, for yourself, and you really want to talk about it, it's a lot better to contact a Chase banker to explain everything to the banker, so that you are able to have not a clean slate, but at least they have a clear idea of what you are looking for, and they will be able to direct you accordingly. Number 1, the best of the best when it comes to single member LLCs, the business line of credit that pulls Experian for fat and fast amounts and approvals. Okay, we have American Express. Our score, 9.8 over 10. So when you think of American Express, you have to understand that like a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, American Express was not in this space, okay? And fast forward, they're now here. They had to buy another player, Cabbage. I mean, COVID and everything else just drove Cabbage out of business, and they had to be bailed out by American Express. But so far, American Express, what we love about this product here is that American Express has actually rebranded the product. Okay, now they are actually offering it to a constellation of larger clients. We love that a lot. So if you're a single member LLC is looking for a business line of credit that pulls Experian for a large amount, you will love American Express. On top, because they're only asking you to have an average monthly revenue of at least $3,000 only. I mean, if you have a business, you're probably pulling in more than that. But Amex is really doing it a lot easier for you. Like, they've been doing it a lot easier for you. And if you want to be eligible for the American Express business line of credit, make sure you have been operating a business for at least 12 months. that you have a valid business checking account, that you are, let's say, 18 years of age or older. So those are things I want you to really think about. And in terms of term length options, you have 6, 12, or 18-month loan term options with the corresponding monthly fee. So you are able to actually choose conveniently what really works for you. And what American Express is really doing also is that they are trying to really, like gradually enter in a field where they know there's a lot of money to be made, and that's the business line of credit. That's what we call in terms of really like in terms of you trying to bring your business, your dropshipping business, to the next level. So this is important. Also, try to always so you want to talk to Amex, you also want to have a relationship if you can, like have a bank account with them. Like there is a bank, so you have American Express Bank, so you are able to do a lot of things. So if at all possible, please open a bank account with them. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, before I do the recap, please check out our approach. We have a fantastic methodology in place when it comes to evaluating, checking, and reviewing single member LLC business lines of credit that pull Experian. Check this out. All right, let's quickly do a recap here. So number 1, we have American Express, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, we have Chase, 9.6 over 10. Number 3, we have Citi, 9.5 over 10. Number 4, we have Wells Fargo, 9.2 over 10. Number 5, we have the Bank of America, we have 9 over 10. Number 6, we have here PNC, 8.7 over 10. Number 7, we have TD Bank, 8.5 over 10. Number 8, we have here 9.3 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.